Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Live with Venice session. I am your host, Venice Irving, and I have a special guest with you today to talk about this new program, this new hotline called Reason with We. This is a helpline for parents and teachers alike. So I want you to come on board. I want you to first like and share this video. And of course, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, and share the video and let all your friends know about this new program that we're going to be talking about. So the first thing I want you to do, in addition to liking this video, is put your name in the comment box and tell me where you are streaming in from, and tell me if you have any questions or concerns. Put it in the comment box too. When I'm finished talking to Miss Jerome King, then we will field your questions, all right? So I hope that everyone is ready and ready to go, because we are excited to hear some good information on how we can help families and our teachers bridge that gap that is between us, right? We want more programs like this that can help us to communicate better with each other, to help the students, because the students are the reasons why we are doing this. So I will take on Miss Jerome King now.
Hi.
Welcome, Jerome.
Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. And I know the viewers are saying, but I thought she said Jerome. I'm seeing a woman here. What is going on?
Well, let me tell you the story.
Please do.
My parents wanted a boy because they already had 2 girls.
Oh.
And then I showed up. So they kept me and then gave me the name. I'm happy for that.
Okay, so you love your name, Jerome. It's quite a unique name for a unique person.
I love my name, Jerome. I am a tomboy. I have 4 boys. I'm 3 boys of my own, and it is amazing. And people never forget.
There you go. Never forget you. All right. So, Jerome, tell me, who are you? Tell me about your story and the journey that you have taken to become Miss Jerome King.
I am honored, first of all, to be here because I'm on homegrown. I'm on home territory. We talk about teachers. This is me, born to be a teacher, born to teach. It was amazing. From a child, I was teaching the sticks and stones and the grass and everything. And then you trust me, I was the easiest student either. So I love students who give trouble. That's who I love. So because I always tell them when I was, I'll get to that as I talk about being a principal, but I have been in education for over 40 years, right out of St. Andrew High School, 5th. I went straight to Charlotte Teachers College. I knew what I wanted to do. So I did English and Spanish, and then after working for a little bit, I said, I want to do early childhood education because that's where everything starts. And I was fortunate to go abroad to Northeastern University in Boston, and I was able to pursue my early childhood education. Well, talk about an education. Northeastern has what we call a co-op program. So you go out every 6 months into a different type of educational institution. So can you imagine the wealth of knowledge? We went to private, we went to Head Start, which is like our basic schools. We went all over. And I have many, many stories, but you can read that in the book that I am producing. And then after that.
All right. I like that.
Yes, because I feel that persons like myself who have done so much in education need to help all those who are coming along to get that same kind of passion
Right.
to work in education.
Right.
So I started to be a teacher in, well, I taught at a high school, English and Spanish here in Jamaica. And then I did
Mhm.
social work. I was a
Oh,
children's officer, yes, at the family court. I have many, many, many things that I've done, and I'm thankful for all of them because every day I can help somebody in another way.
true.
So I won't take up the time because it is a long time. However, I've been a principal of Priory Prep. I've been the director of Head
What?
Start in New York. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I have been the vice principal and acting director of Bel Air School in Mandeville. And I have
Mm-hmm.
been on
Mm-hmm.
various consultancies with the OAS, with different things. The overall thing, though, is that children must live wonderful lives. And that's
Yeah.
my personal goal. Yes. Yeah. And now I get this awesome opportunity to be the liaison here in Jamaica for Winsome
Yes.
Wishes for. Yeah.
So I'm glad you bring that up because now I want to ask you more about this Win Some Wishes for Kids because you, as you just said, you are the national liaison for this
Yes.
nonprofit organization. So tell us more about this program that you're a part of or this company.
Okay. It is amazing how God works because I ran across the founder. Her name is Simone Sobers. I ran across her at an event and we have not stopped talking since because we had very aligned goals as it pertains to the better life that children can lead here in Jamaica and certainly over the world. So we started, Winsome, I say we because I'm part of it, we started Winsome Wishes for Kids in February. The work, the diligent work of the founder, Simone Sobers. And she has put together an amazing team which includes all different parts of professionals. And we have education consultants, we have doctors, we have quite a number of expertise behind Winsome Wishes. And Simone Sobers is a dynamo. She goes after things. She has been in Jamaica
Imagine.
doing, yes, she has been in Jamaica doing things for over 20 years. And then, she would give computers to schools. She would bring down these books and, just have that passion to let
Mm-hmm.
schools be successful. Um, she named the organization for her sister who died, um,
Oh.
uh, yes, years ago, who had she has this warmth and passion. And Simone named the organization for her. And I love the name. Winsome Wishes for Kids. When you're in education, that's all you do. You
Yes,
wish and wish. You know, if
that's
you see
true.
a child without lunch, if you see a child without lunch, you try and wish for some money to get the child lunch. You try to do better for families. You have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of wishes,
Mm-hmm.
of course, including salary. We want more money,
More
but
money.
um, so with some wishes is based on the fact that she would love to see all students, every single one, especially learning challenge students, be
Mm-hmm.
successful.
Okay.
And she
All right.
is putting out every effort to do that.
Okay. So great. So we've talked about Simone and that you've partnered with her for Win Some Wishes. So I want to ask about these programs that you guys have been doing in partnership with other institutions. The first program I want to talk about is this motivational hour. Now, I remember reading Jamaica Observer and seeing that
Yes,
the teachers were fettered by these
yes.
big social singers, and you guys have big hosts and guest speakers. And I'm like, but I'm a teacher, I didn't hear about this. Let me reach out to Miss King because I want to know
Yes,
what
yes,
is going
yes.
on. So tell us more
A
about the
lot of
motivational hour.
Okay, the motivational hour was more than motivational. It was just fun. What Simone thought of is if, well, both of us planned this one, but the Simone's idea is really to impact children on all levels, which would be the teachers at this time, especially at this time when we are struggling with the COVID-19
Mm-hmm.
and the different changes that teachers have to step up to, that
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us a lot of us were shy to do it in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
much less
Mm-hmm.
now. It is it is supposed to be the norm.
Mm-hmm.
So while a lot of organizations was, offering different things to teachers, like strategies for help,
Mm-hmm.
strategies to do something, we thought it would be a nice little segue to just have an hour, just plan an hour for them to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, the good news is that there will be more. That's the good news. And then using these platforms like yours, Happy Teachers, we want your teachers to be even happier. So we are doing Winter Wishes for Kids is doing as much as we can in different areas. And one of it is this motivational hour. We had, oh boy, we were serenaded by Michael Sean Harris. Oh
Mm-hmm.
boy, that was amazing. And then we had Faye Ellington,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Auntie Faye to Jamaica. We had
Mm-hmm.
Faye Ellington come on, and uh, um, she actually gave us the just what's happening and how we can really cope with it. And then we had Keep On Pushing. That's Devon Harris. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Devon Harris was a member of the first bobsled team. And
Really?
he has, yes, yes, yes. And he has this foundation called Keep On Pushing. He speaks as a motivational speaker all over the world. So we were fortunate to have this Jamaican. We have Faye Ellington, we have Michael Sean Harris, we have Devon Harris, who brought that message of keep on pushing. Because for teachers, if
Mm-hmm.
anytime you were motivated to keep on pushing, it is now.
That's true. That
That's right.
is true.
So we thought of it all, and at the end, Faye gave us a little brata, and she read a poem by Easton Lee, and it
Mm-hmm.
was an amazing, amazing hour. So we were really thankful that everything went well. And to top it off, it was my birthday.
I know because I heard them singing happy birthday.
It was my
So happy
birthday.
belated birthday to you.
Thank you so
So it was
much.
a beautiful
And
birthday gift.
it was amazing. It was amazing. And what we wanted the teachers to do, and we will do again. So you will soon hear,
Mm-hmm.
now that we have this platform with you, we are so happy for
Right.
that. You
Mm-hmm.
you will soon hear what's coming up in late August. So everybody can join in because it should be great. It should be great.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So, Win Some Wishes has also partnered with the
Mhm.
Windward Institute. and they've done quite a few
Yes.
professional development programs there. Tell us more about the Winwood Institute and your partnership with them.
Okay, so the Winwood Institute is known for teacher training, teacher development, and the Winwood Institute is located in White Plains, New York. With Some Wishes for Kids, through Simone, has partnered with them to bring their teaching styles, their techniques on how to get children to be the best that they can be educationally. They have had years of experience. They even have a school in New York. And they have trained hundreds of teachers in New York and in actually across the world on how to use particular strategies in order to get to our children, especially those who have learning challenges. They have also entered given us the opportunity to look out for certain milestones. And if the students are not achieving those milestones, then the red flag goes off. So one of their webinars was actually called the red flag. So the red flags is they are what we use as teachers, as educators in the classroom to see who in our class needs that additional help. So Winwood Institute, they were scheduled to come to Jamaica to do some information, an informational tour on March 28th. Of course,
Because of
what
COVID.
happened there. They couldn't come.
Okay.
But guess what? God never disappoints.
True.
Because now the Winwood Institute really partnered with Some Wishes and have added us to all their summer webinars. And we can now, through you, share all these seminars. So
That's
far they have
wonderful.
done, yes, and it is free of cost except for your data. So make sure you have data.
And a computer. Or a phone.
And the computer. And I can tell you something. With Some Wishes for Kids really working to get teachers computers. They're working to get connectivity.
You're breaking up a bit, Jerome. Start again. You're saying that with Some Wishes, they're working to get teachers some computers.
We're working to get computers in the hands, laptops in the hands of teachers. Simone is hard at work trying to get that because of the connectivity. We need the teachers to be equipped.
Yes.
As you know, that's one of our problems today, is that the teachers are not equipped enough to access all these things. So the access, what we are looking at, and there are a number, that's why the fundraisers, we talk about the fundraisers. She has embarked on a GoFundMe fundraiser because we have three pilot schools. We have Gideon Learning Center located in Portland. We have Vaz Preparatory School in Kingston. And we have Lanneman's Prep in Kingston. Those are the three pilot schools for now. And of course, we
so this program that you're trying to do is to get computers in the hands of teachers that are in those particular schools.
To start with.
And then eventually you expand.
Or we might even get computers to a place where we can invite other schools to come to.
Okay,
so
repeat
that
that
they
again
can.
because you broke up a bit. Say that again.
We may even find a place where
Mm-hmm.
teachers can come to access
The
this information.
computers.
That's right. Because the Winwood Institute, they have given us open access. So all we
Mhm.
have to do is register, and we really we have access to outstanding expertise in early childhood education and in education in general.
Wonderful. I'm just loving everything that you're telling me. I'm just dazed by the
Yes.
awesomeness that you and Simone have created. All right. So you've talked about the fundraiser. You've talked about the three schools, of which Baz is very near and dear to my heart. Now let us talk about your program that you have started and launched. It is said to be
Yes.
a mental health solution for families and teachers. This thing called Reason with We. What is this program all about?
Okay. So, we came up with a partnership that would be with kids and my company called Jerome King Communications. We
Right.
thought of we thought of, especially in the beginning of the COVID time, we we sat and we said, how can we assist?
Mhm.
How can we help teachers and families to go through this particular time? So we came up with Reason with We. Why we say Reason with We is because we wanted open access to every single one, to come on board and reason with me. So, what I have done in the program is put together a team. I call them the care team.
Mhm.
And the care team has um, 10 persons with different expertise. So we have a counseling psychologist, we have
Mhm.
teachers, we have different persons who used to be in teachers' colleges. We have counselors. Why we did this, and these are personal friends of mine, people
Mhm.
who I have worked with, so I
Right.
know
So,
they
mhm.
to which they can manage to help families and teachers in Jamaica. So
Mhm.
we, we put together this helpline in like record time. And we are trying to reach out to teachers because and parents, because we are not from a culture really asking for help. We are
Yes, that's
we yeah, we kind of keep it quiet. All right, let me see if I can work with it. Let me see if it can work out. But in the end, what happens is that the main focus is the child. And what happens is adults,
true.
we are the ones that will make or break a child. So if we are broken, finances breaking us. We are being laid off from work. We are not feeling well ourselves because some people have COVID, they can't go amongst their families. we
Mhm.
are experience we are experiencing these unusual outcomes of this pandemic. So we put together these helplines, and we put together two helplines just for persons to call to find out. Now, we have found that, sometimes, as I said, people don't want to call. So come up with other strategies. We are going to go out and call people based on our pilot projects. We are calling the teachers. We are going to get those parents going. And those are the helpline numbers that you have put up, and we thank you for that. The helpline operates in the morning between 7 and 10. And that is because we want to catch people before they get into their work stuff. Because remember, people are working from home, they have to be teaching the children online and doing all of that. And then we opened it back at 4 until 7 in the evening, so that after a horrible day, you can call, and I am the first voice that the person will find. And
That's great.
because of my varied backgrounds, I am able to deal with the issues sometimes without even calling my care team. But the thing is that you don't have to spend a dime to get this help. Once you call me and I feel one of my care team members can help you with this situation, I take your information and I pass it on to my health team and they will call you back.
What
So
if
you,
there's a parent or a teacher that may not have a lot of credit? They're just calling and say, Miss King, call me back. Is that something that
that
you facilitate?
you know that nice little feature on the phone that called please call me?
Please call me.
Yes. Once you call me and you put in a please call me, I will call you back. We are
Wonderful.
aiming because people are already stressed and stretched with money.
Mhm.
So we could not ask them to come and spend money. So we put it, you can please call me. You can send me a WhatsApp. You can email me. The reason with the lines, you can email Jerome King Communications at gmail.com. You can email. You can text us. You can text us. And we are trying to be open to many different areas that the parents and the teachers may connect to us. And I want to tell you that all the care team members are very well. As teachers and counselors and social workers and stuff, we are committed to confidentiality. So
Wonderful.
I know as a past principal, sometimes teachers are a little bit weary
Right.
to talk anything, but we are very confidential because here what happened. We hear that teachers have been laid off. We hear that, especially the private schools,
Mhm.
the private schools have hit very hard.
Hard. Yes, I
And
know.
then And when your salary gets cut from what you think should have gone up,
Hmm.
now it gets now
Worse.
it gets
Yes,
cut.
it's gone down. Hmm.
It goes down. And then guess what? The expectations from parents, administration, and Jacob remain the same or even higher. So, we have to balance all of that. So we help to balance that out so that
That's good.
the children don't suffer. Because I often say the day the day a child comes to you and everything is hunky dory, everything is wonderful in your life, and say, Mommy, can I have 3 scoops of ice cream? You say, yes, dear, no problem. And the child goes and gets the 3 scoops of, you get that for the child.
Hmm.
But the day the light bill is due and
Hmm.
you can't pay it, the day you and your spouse, your significant other, your husband, the day you and him fall out because
Yeah,
stress has just hit on your door,
I know.
especially in this. That's right. So that 3 scoops of ice cream now becomes a monumental problem for
Mm.
the parent. So we are saying when you find yourself in those days when you think you're back is against the wall. The day when you, the teacher, cannot find the data money to do the WhatsApp classes with your student. The day that you, because a lot of teachers too, you know, because we who have passion for education, if we have 30 children in our class, we want the 30 of them to be able to access. That's not happening now. So what happens is we get frustrated. What is going to be this new transition? How are we going to bring those students up who have not had internet access to even get to a certain point? Now, as teachers, we have been wonderful. You saw the man riding the principal on the back of the bike, going to deliver packages. I know a number, because you know one thing about us Jamaican teachers, we are like incredible.
We persevere through everything.
We persevere through everything. We will put up a tent at the corner of the road.
That's right.
And say,
that's right. That's right.
Here's a little homework for you. And on top of doing that for the students, if the parent is having a problem, we are going to try to help them too. So what happens with that is a number of things. One thing that happens is that your own family gets left out. So you have no new family dynamics that you're dealing with.
All right, so I wanted to ask a little bit about the reason with we helpline. Now, I wanted to know, are there certain topics that you guys talk about and help teachers and parents with, or is it open to anything? For example, what if a teacher suspects that a student may be in an abusive household, or a teacher suspects that suspects, but they see that every day that child comes in, the child doesn't have lunch money, the child is not properly cared for, you know, they don't have books, they don't have just certain amenities that you need to be in the classroom. Neglect, or even if it's a neglect, it's just that maybe because of poverty, the parents probably couldn't afford certain things. Is that something where the teachers could call your helpline for help on? Tell me more about what are the topics or subject areas that you guys would accept the calls about.
I can tell you that almost anything, the worst thing that you could call about is to say you have injured someone physically, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't call for that, because we are going to help you through that. We are going to help the teacher. As teachers, we are all reporting officers. We are all reporting officers.
All right.
Okay. So we have this sixth sense of when a child is really in danger. And we are reporting officers. So you know that you have to deal with the national line for abuse. You go straight there. If you don't want to go straight there, you can call me. We can talk with the situation, because there are certain extenuating situations that we can talk through. But if immediately you know that the child is in danger, we go straight to the national helplines. Then for other situations, there is almost no topic that you cannot talk to us about. You can, sometimes I tell my friends, they can call with the frustration and curse a lot of curse words. Because of our training and our expertise, those things are okay, because we would have known that in order to let out some of the steam, in different ways. So we are not offended by any of those things.
I heard you said something like the teacher can call if they're in trouble. if they have harmed someone. So
Mhm.
are you saying then that in case there is a confrontation between a teacher and a student, or a teacher and a parent, because that has happened, can the teacher call your helpline, not only for counseling, but for
Yes.
professional help? Like, can you assist in getting them maybe a legal representation or, something like that?
Okay, so that's what we are here for. Okay, we now, of course, those things are now minimized. We don't know what will happen in September. What I do know, this is what I do know. I do know that teachers are going back into classrooms that were already overcrowded, already
Mhm.
stressed because you have special needs student in a class of 30, 40, and you are expected to have certain outcomes with them. We know that teachers carry every day. We carry. I was a principal, I was a teacher in a classroom. I know that teachers carry a lot of things that are expected of them. We know that teachers carry parents who say that they were not able to access information and education the way that their children are. And they are frustrated when they see that children are not excelling. So we
Mhm.
know that our job as educators, it is very challenging. Now, on the other hand, it is so rewarding. It is so rewarding because, as I said, I love the children who give trouble. And my strategies for dealing with them, I don't believe in corporal punishment. I do not. And over my 40 years of being in education, in the classroom, as an administrator, sometimes you really feel like choker time, because of what they're doing. But professionally, you cannot do that.
Yes, I know. I know. I know.
So, for me, I had a student. It was a twin. They were coming to the early childhood classroom in the States for the first time, and it was in winter. One came in and took off his coat. It was wonderful. He was ready. The next one clung to his coat because that was his safe place at the time. Now the teacher,
Security
because
blankets, maybe.
it's like a security blanket. It is what he has from home. Now, if he takes it off, he's got to expose himself to something
Mhm.
else. So what happened is the teacher wanted him to take off the coat because inside is heated and he is going to get sick.
Mhm.
So they come and call me now, Jerry King, as the director, to come and help take off this coat with this student. Now, I reached out for him and he said no. And from he said no, I backed off. And I
Mhm.
said, but you know something? Sometimes, I was talking to him, sometimes as an adult, you really do have to do things to make you comfortable, to make you not get sick, and so on. So I'm going to take off your coat. So I started to take off the coat, and he gave me the biggest box in my face that, in Jamaica, you see Blinky. I saw Blinky. And
I'm not
what
gonna ask
I
what you did after that.
you can ask, because I am driven from a higher power of love. So
That's
what
lovely
I
for
did,
you.
yes, 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 what I did was turn the other cheek and
That's
told
good.
him, box me on the other one, because after the boxing
Did,
happened,
hold
we
on.
still have
Did
to
you
take off the
literally
coat.
turn the other cheek?
I
I thought
literally turned the other cheek.
I thought you meant that
No, no, no,
figuratively.
no,
Are you kidding me,
no, no,
Jerome?
no, 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 no. Because I realized he was operating out of a place of fear. And for him to box me, that, he didn't have the words to tell me that he was afraid.
How old
He
was this
didn't have that
child?
emotion. He was four. Four.
4. Okay.
Four. So all his behavior showed that he was afraid to take off that coat because it would expose him to something that
Yes,
he
it
couldn't even understand.
You are
So
much better than many of the teachers.
when I give teachers, I do behavior modification workshops where I teach these strategies.
Right.
Because guess what happened to you? Guess what happened to you afterwards?
What
When
happened?
you like him,
You're
he
breaking
just
up. I
came
don't
right
hear it.
up.
Repeat that again.
When
What
I
happened
gave
afterwards?
I gave him the other cheek, it broke him.
Oh,
And it broke him. And his body just went limp. And I was able to remove the coat and walk him to a seat to sit down beside his brother and go back to my office and nurse my box.
Jerome, what a
Um,
story. You
yes,
surely are a good woman
give
because
thanks.
if it was somebody else,
Yeah, they would try.
something else would have happened. I know I wouldn't sit
But
down there and take box.
but listen, I'm sitting down now, so you can't see that I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10".
You're
And he
tall.
is like,
Wow.
I'm a tall woman. And he is a little toops of a boy.
Yes.
What can he do to me? What can he really do to me? He's seeking my help to be successful. And if I take the vow as a teacher to help to make children successful, hurting them is not a solution for me. So I operate on a place of love. So when parents call frustrated, I've had parents come into my office and say, listen, and shout on top of their voice. And I sit there and I listen because that's what they want. So I
Yeah.
sit and listen. And then after they have shouted, I come in quietly when I see that the breathing has come down. I come in quietly and say, could you say that again so I can understand what is the real problem? And that's another strategy. If you are reactive, you're going to end up in trouble.
That's true.
So I have an inner mechanism that makes me count. And I count to 10. And by the time that happens, the persons, whether the children, whether the students themselves, I've had, so it's this sort of expertise that myself bring to this table. The people who I have on my help team bring to this table. And we are really thankful that Win Some Wishes have come on board to really help support this financially and otherwise. And, so we are here. Let's put it this way. We are here. And what we can't solve, trust me, you can give me a few minutes and I will get it solved for you.
That's great. Listen, I am quite impressed at that story and how you handled that situation because like I said, if it were any other teacher, especially Jamaican teachers, it probably
Yes,
would have ended up in a different scenario. So
yes.
I will probably have to contract you to do some behavior modification for me and my
Not a
team
problem. Not a problem.
because
Not a problem.
because
Yeah,
we do face situations in our lives. It's not only in the classroom, in our families, in friendships, in
absolutely.
relationships.
Absolutely.
Everywhere we go, we
Absolutely.
face these problems where we do have to make a choice: be
Yes.
reactive or sit back and think about the situation and decide to do things
Yes.
differently. So,
And you
you
have,
know, and sometimes we can talk and say, this is what I would do, this is what I would do. But you know, sometimes you don't know how you'd react until you're actually in the situation. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So,
So that's one of the things why I share this expertise, because you know, some people sometimes when I start with the behavior mod things, they say, Lord Miss King, that not pertain to Jamaica because we pick the name root and you have to get lick and they have to, you know, that sort of thing.
well,
And
go ahead.
by the time I take them through, they say, oh, you know that we never thought of that. I have been called names by students. Not many, to be quite honest with you. But one student in particular was so mad at me. She called me some names. But because of the environment that I create in my schools, where everybody can get a hug from Miss King, everybody, if you need a hug. The same students turned down on her to say, no, 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 you can't call Miss King that.
Exactly.
So these are the tips that we want to reach out. Myself, win some wishes, win some, want to reach out to teachers and say, we know you're frustrated enough. We know that you're frustrated, but there are options. Options. You can't be the teacher going to church every Sunday, dress up nice, and say you're a Christian, you're working, and then you are the first teacher with the big strap and the big down and telling the children and the parents that they are not enough. Teachers, we have to learn to make people know that they're enough, no matter what their circumstance.
Okay. There is a very controversial topic you mentioned about corporal punishment, and that's something that
Yes.
my happy teachers have been going back and forth on our platform, talking about who agrees and who
Okay.
disagrees, and who
Yes.
used to get beating when they were younger, and they turned out well, and people said they've gotten beating when they were younger, and it abused them and scarred them for life. So everybody has their own opinion on this very controversial topic. But all in
Yes.
all, the whole point
Yes.
is that you have a helpline that can help teachers and
Yes.
parents alike. And the whole point
Yes.
of this helpline is really just to bridge the gap that is between the parents and the teachers and even the students so that we can understand and work together and not against each other.
Absolutely. So we
All
want
right?
to be part of it. Yes.
All right, great. Another question I wanted to ask as we wrap up is do you have any endorsements from local professional bodies regarding this helpline?
Okay, so the JTA, Mr. Owen Speed, he has been, no pun intended, um, he has been kept abreast
Okay.
and up to speed on almost everything that we are doing. And he is in support of us. He was in support of the event. Unfortunately, he was caught up in meetings and could not give his greetings. So that's the biggest one we have gone for thus far because we know it would directly affect teachers. So when the Windward Institute sends the webinars, we pass them on so that, and we are now quite honored that we would be passing on these webinars to happy teachers. How
Great.
many happy teachers do you have? How many happy teachers do you have in your
We are
network?
about 2,000 strong.
2,000. Can you imagine the Windward Institute teaching you how to identify the red flags in your classroom, and you know, sometimes we used to see some children and wonder what is causing them to be even dyslexic. There's one
Yes.
on dyslexia.
Mm-hmm.
My passion
Autism.
is autism because my son has autism. So I could be on your platform talking from till tomorrow because my 28-year-old son has autism.
Wow.
And he had to, yes, and he has taught me a lot. And I live in the world of special needs.
Right.
And that's one of the things about Win Some Wishes that I love, is that because they endorse helping parents and teachers with children with special needs. I do workshops on special needs, autism, um, because when, remember, he's 28. So when he
Mhm.
was younger, he was diagnosed at 2. Autism was just about unfolding.
Yes.
So when I was at Priory, in the early 2000s, that's when I did a lot of public awareness on what autism is, what some other disabilities are.
But I'm hearing
What
that Prairie
happens?
has a very robust special ed program.
Pardon me?
I'm saying
Priory.
Prairie has
Exactly.
a very, very good special ed program as far as I heard. That's what I heard.
Well, well, um, I was the only one because you cannot do by yourself. It's always teamwork, teamwork, and teamwork. So I was at that time. I was blessed at the time to have team who believed I could have school.
Okay, you're breaking
And
up, Jerome. I'm not hearing you clearly.
okay, so let's see.
I heard
We were
teamwork.
to have a team that was open to having an inclusive school, including students with autism and other disabilities.
Mhm.
And we did a lot of work in that. So
Great.
we did what we call the Lewis program. And Lewis is the name of my son. But
Okay.
I did education work in an thing.
Great. You're gone again, Jerome, but I have one last question for you. Where do you go from here regarding Win Some Wishes? What can we look out for? And where do you see Win Some Wishes going on? You know,
No,
your vision
no, I'm sorry.
for the years to come.
You have to because they connect you.
Okay, so let me repeat that. I'm saying my last question to you is where do you go from here regarding Win Some Wishes? What's the vision that you see? And where do you see Win Some Wishes going throughout the years?
I will continue to look for that question because it really did come up. Where do we go from here? Is that what you're saying?
Where do you go from here? What's your vision for Win
We
Some
go,
Wishes?
well, the vision for Simone Sobers and her team for Win Some Wishes is to really be a powerhouse in trying to solve a lot of Jamaica's gaps as it pertains to letting each child become successful. So
Mhm.
the vision has to do a lot with teachers. Teachers, get ready for us. We are ready to, we went to college, all of us went to college,
Mhm.
we did all of the things, but we know that we always need refreshing.
Of course.
We and some of the things that pertain now, we need help.
Hmm.
So we look forward to bringing more webinars in partnership with Windward Institute out of White Plains, New York. You can look them up online. And we look forward to really working with teachers' colleges, because that's where you're going to start getting the sensitization.
Right.
Because I have a story to tell. The story is that when I finished teachers' college, I said to God, God, don't give me any special children to teach. That's what I said. And the reason why I said that was because I said I want to be the most effective teacher. And I would feel sorry for children who had special needs.
Yeah.
But guess what? Our God is a joker. So him say, I won't give you one to teach. I will give you one of your own.
Exactly. So you couldn't get away
through
from
him,
it. Mm-hmm.
no. And through him, because we all have our purpose, no?
Right.
So through
That's true.
him, through Lewis, I have been able to assist families in different ways, just based on my experience alone, not even to mention what is written about autism.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. I find that my God is surely, what do you call it now? He sets us up for our future. And we run away from our purpose. How many of us know our purpose? We know where our alignment is and we try to run away from it. But he carries it. I know he does the full circle. He carries us right back to where he wants us to be.
What God
All
is
right,
doing.
so
Guess,
he sure is
guess
good.
what God
So
is
I'm gonna end on this note with your charity GoFundMe, your fundraisers for those 3 schools. Remind us of those three schools again.
We have Gideon Learning Center, and that's located in Portland. And we have Lanneman's Prep School in King. And also, you say the next one.
Vast Prep all the way.
And by the way, Simone is a Vast Prep.
Yes, she is.
And she is very active, and she loves what Vast Prep did for her and what Vast Prep did for a number of people in Jamaica.
Yes. And as an alumnus of Vast Prep, I can also share her passion with trying to help Vaz in any way we can. I thoroughly enjoyed my time at Vast Prep. All right. So you've heard it here. And paste that link in the comment so people can easily click on it right there. If have to do is click on the link, facing it right now, and you can donate to this GoFundMe fundraiser that Simone Sobers is doing. And Jerome King is the liaison for Wisdom Wishes. We thank her for her knowledge. She's dropping some gems about behavior modification. I have got to get you back on here because you have a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge, and obviously you have the patience of Job that you can stand up and get up and don't nothing. And you actually turn the other cheek.
I turned the other cheek. Yes,
you have I know you have a lot of stories under your belt, and those stories you have used to help teachers to hone their skills to help them to become better teachers. I can't wait for the book to come out. Do you have a title for your book?
Oh yes, it's called Born to Teach.
Born to Teach. So we are waiting for Born to Teach from Jerome King. We know that great things are in store because Jerome King is a powerhouse woman. Teachers, get on board because this is what we do. We support teachers, and we are supporting Wisdom Wishes, Simone Sobers, and Miss Jerome King. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. You know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. and get in touch with Win Some Wishes. Let me put their numbers on for the helpline. So anybody that you know, if you feel you need help, or you know someone, a coworker or colleague who may need help, see the number there, write it down quickly, get in touch with this team. They have a wealth of expertise. They are counselors, social workers, they are teachers, they are lawyers, doctors, everything in one to help you
Yes.
to develop professionally in every area of your life. So thanks again for
Yes.
joining us, and I'll see you next week. No, as a matter of fact, I'll see you on Friday because I have another guest with some good information on how you can make money online. So keep it
Ooh.
locked right here, live with Feliz coming back at you on Friday. So take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thanks, Jerome. Bye
Bye. Thank you.
bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jerome.